here in Wichita, Kansas, they like to get up and get bourbon hunting early. We have Chad and Tatum here. Oh, you're gonna bring it down.
Are y'all doing tasting?
So what do you think? She's a shooter. You shot it. Okay. Weller Special Reserve everywhere. The land of Weller here. Oh, it is a bright, sunshiny morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, because apparently here in Wichita, Kansas, they like to get up and get bourbon hunting early. We have Chad and Tatum here. We dipped into Kansas when we were over in Kansas City, but we didn't do a proper hunt. I've got a chance to do a proper hunt here in Wichita, and we're gonna do it today. We've got 9 stores lined up. I do not think we're gonna make it to all of them. So these gentlemen right here are gonna have to pick and choose the best one, but they decided to start at Total Wine. Why are we starting at Total Wine?
Typically, sometimes on Fridays, they get stuff that drops, and Total Wine, unlike the rest of the stores in Kansas, is, you know, a chain. So it goes on the shelves right away, and it goes at MSRP. So if you want to get allocated bourbon at a good price, this is probably your best shot at getting it here in Wichita.
And Friday's the day.
Thursday, Fridays.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go check out Total Wine. Now, sometimes Total Wine asks us to quit filming. Sometimes they're cool with it. I don't know the magic formula, but we're gonna find out. Yep, 50-50 shot as to whether or not we can film in a Total Wine. So everything I took back last time that I said previously about Total Wine, I now state again. Most of this crap, just some source stuff, middle of the road whiskey. They're sourcing for places. Half stuff in there is their, you know, house brands. So they water down their entire freaking whiskey selection with house brands, so you buy those. I'd rather you support some small brand that's trying to, you know, make good whiskey that's different. It's not just middle of the road whiskey. If you want, you're probably not watching this, if you just want middle of the road whiskey, and Total Wine is just slam full of middle of the road whiskey. They put in their own bottle and, you know, in 7 different bottles and put it on the shelf. And it's not bad. It's not bad. If you're drinking for effect, it'll do the job. But if you want something different that really stands out, maybe go somewhere else. I reserve the right to recant all that next time they let me film in there. They did have all the Weller Special Reserve in the world at $22, like 2 cases of it on the shelf at $22, and I wanted to buy it. Not that I need Weller Special Reserve, but I got a lot of friends that love them, and it's hard to get almost everywhere except for Kansas. Apparently they don't like Weller here. These guys said it would be everywhere we go almost, so I didn't buy it because I would rather buy it on camera. I'm gonna be disappointed now. They've got to back that up. We got to see if we'll find Special Reserve everywhere for $22 a bottle. All right, on to the next place where we can actually film. This man at Total Wine said they don't let us film because it looks like we're casing the joint. I mean, I would argue different. I would say it looks like we're filming a YouTube video, but for now, we're gonna keep going, and TJ is about to go to JT's Liquors. Hey, how are you? Got the fancy stuff back here.
Oh yeah. The Jack Daniels bonded up there in the batch proof Woodford.
How we doing, fellas?
Very good.
How you?
Not too bad.
Hey.
Do what?
I said we're here with the celebrity.
Oh God, let's not. I have to go there.
Almost 1 million YouTube viewers.
650. We're a long way from 1 million on YouTube alone. Only 650. I mean, it's closer than 0. You're right.
That's pretty good.
I think you're the biggest whiskey tuber, aren't you?
So.
If you're going, it depends on how you're judging. If you're judging by number of subscribers, yes. If you're judging by number of views, yes. If you have some other metric that I'm unaware of, maybe not. Like longevity, probably not.
It's just a joke, but it's true.
We promised him that this was the land.
Weller Special Reserve everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. It's $3 more expensive here, though. Still cheaper than anybody can get it anywhere in the world, pretty much.
But it's a local store, so.
Fair.
Not a chain.
Fair. Buffalo Trace sitting there. Big boy Weller Special Reserve. All right, we're gonna grab that if nobody grabs it while we're here. It's nuts that Weller Special Reserve's just sitting on a shelf. Like I see it from time to time, but I never see it where folks are like, this is here all the time. Like it's, oh yeah, we get it a lot, but not this is gonna be sitting in every store you go into. Has that been the case for a long time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like green Weller Special Reserve
is always out.
You're gonna find it in just about every store you walk into.
So that's been like that for years.
It's been like that for the last couple of years, yeah.
Now you're 107, your favorite.
Yeah. The other
That's
weathers,
super hard to
good
go
luck.
by.
Unobtainium on those.
Unless it's the fall raffle season.
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff like
raffle
that,
season.
so. Which raffles aren't really legal in Kansas, but they do them anyway.
I don't know how that works. Right?
Any black caps down there?
Dude, I think the black caps are done. I think they're I think you might find them in a country store somewhere, but places where people actually bourbon hunt, I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have not mentioned the black tops. I was trying to share. I was trying to be nice to everybody, but they are 100% gone.
I think the last one I found was probably about a year ago.
Yeah, it's about a year and a half ago for me. I think I found those in Arkansas, maybe the last ones I've seen.
What do you know about this 15 stars that's been popping up?
Well, I have a bottle of 15 stars. I don't think it's either of these. I think the triple cask was the one that was like really, really, highly sought after or won some awards or whatever. We'll show y'all these. The one I got's good. I think I got a bourbon and a rye. They're good. I didn't like them for the price. I haven't tried the one that won all the awards, but $174. I just wait around for a sample or something before I splurge on something I don't know. You got Steph Curry's Gentleman's Cut right there, which we got recently. It's okay. For celebrity whiskey, it's all right. Again, probably not $83 worth or whatever it is.
It's funny, here in Kansas, we have regular benchmark, but we don't have any of the other benchmarks.
You get 8, but that's kind of the case a lot of places. Alabama was the same. I still think they might have like 1 or 2 of the benchmarks, but they're only distributed to certain states for some reason or another, despite being Buffalo Trace. They can get
you
them
can go
out
across
everywhere.
the border to Missouri and find all of them, but not here in Kansas.
Dude, $45 for a Blue Note juke joint, uncut, unfiltered. They're just nuts.
Yeah, I think that's a pick too.
Yeah, $45. I've got like a ton of those, so I don't buy them, but like I want to call that out because folks will be like, well, why didn't you buy it? I just got like 6 of those at the house.
This is always been a cool bottle, but
I.W. Harper? Yeah, I might buy 15 if I see one next time. I don't know much about the brand or the whiskey. I bought a 15 for a friend. Oh, what's your price on that? Oh, Lord have mercy. Bring them all. Bring them all.
$64.99.
We get a lot of flack when I go places and I get recognized and people take us in the back room or give us access to back room whiskey. Somebody gets mad. But I showcase that. We want to show that because these are the types of stores that if you're local, you can build relationships with. If you're passing through, you're probably not going to be able to come in here as a stranger and get access to the back room. But if you're local, folks who take me back there will take you back there if you can build that type of relationship. So that's why we showcase these. That's why we buy that whiskey, and I want that whiskey. That's also a reason that I buy it. But we're not here to get whiskey. We're here to document what the scene's like. And if you see folks who do cool things and allow me access, just know if you're around there, you can work your way into that as well.
That's $70.
All right, and your total of $113.38.
Thank you. I appreciate
All right.
you guys.
Yes, sir. It's nice to meet you.
sir.
Give the pitch. If you're going to be famous, you got to give the pitch for the store. Why?
You gotta
why
come
JT?
see us. We got the best deals. We got the coldest beer. You know where to come get it. JT's Liquor.
We have scored, struck out at Total Wine, even though they had all the Weller in the entire world. They're holding true, 2 stores we've been in, 2 Weller Special Reserves and a 107. I'm happy already. This is already good. This is already going to be a great day of bourbon hunting if we find absolutely nothing else. Is there any particular bottle you fellas are looking for?
Stag 24, but I don't think it's hit Kansas yet.
Okay.
For me, it's Russell's 15. Because it's my, well, the reason is my wife and I's 15-year anniversary this year. So
Very cool.
I'd like to get the 15-year and share it with her.
Well, it sucks if we find either of those bottles because those are the 2 I'm also looking for. And I'm going to give it to these gentlemen right here and not take it home for myself. But I've got a friend that really wants a Stag, don't care what batch, really wants a Stag Junior, but unfortunately, I have given all of mine away and I haven't had a Russell's 15. I have tried it. It's freaking good. Oh my God, it's good. So if we find either of those, just takes the day up a notch. So Jacob Liquors.
We know who it is. They saw it.
You saw me coming. How are y'all?
Excellent. How are you, sir?
Not bad, not bad. Where's the bourbon at? Back here? Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, they kind of have things all over the place, but it's all in this general area.
Every store, you said, right? Every store.
And a limit too, so.
Price goes up every store, but it's still most people would be lined up outside to buy it at that price in most places. That's crazy.
You know what I wish got more attention is that Wilderness Trail.
You like that Wilderness Trail?
I love it. It's really good.
I just tried the Laws from Colorado, and that wasn't bad.
I mean, it's been a while since I've had that Wilderness Trail. I'll have to give it another try. Yeah, it looks like the single barrel rye, like the low proof single barrel rye, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
94 proof.
55 bucks. I mean, don't sleep on those. Good stuff. Knob Creek picks. What do you know about Durant and Booth?
Never heard of it.
Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Napa Valley oak barrels. Bottled for. So, who knows?
Aged in Cabernet Sauvignon wine barrels. Sounds disgusting.
I like the High West Cabernet finish. I haven't liked any other Cabernet finish I've ever had. So, there's that. Look at here. Got some Old Forester single barrel proofs right here hanging out. They're really good. I'm a big fan of them.
They've been around a lot lately here in Kansas.
I've seen them. I think Old Forester's pushing out a lot more like Distiller Select. So there's a lot more of them available. Again, Knob 12's one of those things I see everywhere.
Lately.
And then some states just can't get it. So it's kind of like your Weller, I guess.
Yeah, it's been around a lot here lately.
This is boat whiskey here. What do you think about boat whiskey?
It can stay out at sea.
So you're not a fan?
No.
You don't like it? You don't like that?
Nope.
You don't like
Not
boat
a
whiskey?
difference.
Huh.
I did buy
Interesting.
a bottle, but I gave it away.
Oh, it's that bad.
Yes.
Like it's like you were like, I'm gonna pour this out, or I could give it to some poor unfortunate sucker that might
Exactly.
like it.
I
Okay.
think the worst one I tried was the port finished one that was just like,
That's the worst one?
ooh.
I pawned it off on my father-in-law. He'll drink anything. So.
Okay. He doesn't know better.
Love you, Ronnie.
Howling Mob Bourbon Whiskey. Now, these guys were winemakers. I think they had something to do with the Digits Scottie Pippen thing. But supposedly, I think this is their own distillate, distilled and bottled by Savage Cook. I bought their Bloody Butcher Corn, and I really like their Bloody Butcher Corn whiskey. So I'm going to try this one as well.
Heaven's Door 10 here.
Yeah, those are... I was hunting with somebody that was looking for one of those. There it sits, right there. Sorry, I forgot who it was. Another Bond and Lillard, which is like that WB Saffel that you were asking about. You know, another little turkey.
Another Lux Row.
Yeah, same double single barrel.
Single barrel cream of Kentucky.
7-year cream of Kentucky. Have you had it?
I am not.
I have a cream of Kentucky. I think it's a bonded. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like $99 back then. That was
No.
back. I bought it back when
Absolutely
$99
not.
was a lot. Now everything's $99. But
Yeah, it's tough.
a couple of fancy Garrison brothers, somebody will be like, why don't you ever buy those? I just, drinking baseball gloves is an occasion thing for me. I do like Garrison Brothers. I just don't drink it a whole lot. It's very intense. You gotta be in for that ride if you're gonna want it. At least I do.
No, these have recently been hitting again.
The Kentucky Spirits. If you go to Wild Turkey now, they've got their new visitor center open. They actually release single barrel, Wild Turkey 101 single barrels. And I got a Camp Nelson Wild Turkey 101 single barrel from the gift shop there. It's so freaking, I wished it had more proof. Like I like the 101, but that thing is so fruit forward and delicious. It needs to be cask strength. Baker's 7. 8.5 year Baker's 7. They're not even playing. They should just make it Baker's 8 at this point. You know, it's not that hard to change the label. My favorite Jim Beam product right there. You can just get on the shelf.
This is kind of like the Weller Special Reserve. When nobody could get it, it's everywhere here.
Yeah, that got super rare after, it was kind of that and I thought I saw one maybe, the McKenna 10 down there. Both of those got super rare. McKenna 10 won a bunch of awards. They got super allocated and rare, and then they came back at higher prices. And then, now they've got enough of it to put it out because it's everywhere now.
Here's a whole bunch of Kansas whiskey.
These are all local stuff?
This is real local. That's Lynchburg,
Okay, any of this
Kansas.
worth having?
They say this one, this was on Minnick's Top 100.
That made his top 100?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. We like that Gunners there?
Just leave it there.
Not a fan,
No.
huh? Okay.
I wouldn't even put it in your lawnmower, so.
That lawnmower ran for the rest of that summer. I ended up having to put a carburetor on it, just so y'all know. So this one right here, what's the highest proof? This the only one they got? Or this a wheat whiskey?
Yeah, they have the straight bourbon. And
So this is 90 proof. This is what made the list, is a 90 proof?
I believe so.
There's a single barrel right there.
There's a single barrel.
100 proof single barrel. I just don't know if I'll care much for that. This is 100. I think I'm gonna take this single barrel right here. 3-year-old single barrel, and this is making top 100 list. Is this 3 years old? I mean, it looks kind of light. I mean, this is one of those things where if it's 3 years old, I don't know if I want it at a higher proof. The flavors being more intensified might not be good.
Kansas is hot in the summers too, so they ages quicker.
All right, let's see if they've got a sample of this. You said you like the what was it? We just saw it here. The Wilderness Trail. Yeah. See if they got a sample of that too. It's been a while since I've tried that.
What was the other one? This Wilderness Trail right here, down on the bottom.
Smells nice. All right, give me your review. You're the fan of this. What are your thoughts? Give me your tasting notes.
I'm not much on tasting notes. I just drink what I like.
Well, it's good. It's a tasting note.
I think this, to me, is a little thin. It's not as velvety, not as palate coating as
The mouthfeel.
Yeah, and well, it's almost definitely got a little of that rye spice.
I get a little cinnamon baking spice up front. The finish is kind of thin. You do get a burn. Like it's good up front, and then it kind of dies mid-palate back.
Yep,
overall, pleasant whiskey, but I need the whole pack. Maybe a higher proof version would be better.
Were you guys asking about Boot Hill?
Yeah.
These are the only two that we have open back there. Is that?
That's what we wanted to try right there. Yeah.
Okay. So you just want to try local stuff?
Yeah, we were always, we're traveling around. I like to try to buy local when I can.
Well, I ought to see if I have the Gunners
Okay.
open as well, because
Yeah.
that's another it's Sedan, Kansas, and it's actually pretty good. So
What do you think of this one?
I think they're doing a great job. I think the Gunners I like a little bit better. It's just a little
Okay.
more my style. But it's nice to see some new distilleries doing some cool stuff here in Kansas.
It's a little young. It's very like dusty corn, so you still get a lot of that corn impact on it.
Are y'all doing tasting?
We're drinking whiskey.
Sure.
Would you like to taste something? This is Boot Hill Distillery, a local distillery's 90 proof whiskey. Dodge City. There you go.
Pour one for me too while I'm at it.
Perfect.
You might as well.
Cheers.
Nothing like drinking whiskey in the morning.
My blood alcohol level's dipping.
It's starting to get low.
And I get grumpy when it gets too low.
This is like your insulin.
Yeah.
Okay.
My buddy calls it
It's like me.
his PAL, his perfect alcohol level.
Thank you.
So what do you think? She's a shooter. You shot it. Okay. No sipping for you, huh?
Sipping. Yeah, let's get after it, right?
Goodness gracious.
What do you think?
It tastes good.
Okay.
I'm ready to party.
Well, there you go. Good for shooting. Boot Hill. Good for shooting. It's headed in the right direction. I don't know if I'd put it on a top 100 list unless, I guess it depends on what else I was comparing it against. But it's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well, I thought we had a bottle open, but I didn't see one in the office, and I didn't see one in here either. But I wanted to bring this to your attention because this is kind of cool. Familiar with the Keeper's Heart?
I am. I have that bottle.
They're out of Minnesota,
Okay.
but the owners are from Wichita, Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, it's the O'Shaughnessy family from Wichita, Kansas, and when they were looking at doing this project, they looked at different locations around the U.S. and Minnesota just made sense. Big market, great kind of environment for aging whiskeys, and then they hired Brian Nation, one of the top whiskey distillers in the world, to make their whiskeys, and they're pretty damn good. This is our barrel pick that was done in stout barrels. It's pretty cool. If you haven't had that one, that's
And so
definitely
are
worth a
all
try.
of those Irish whiskey blends? Like the one I had was American whiskey, Irish whiskey blended, which I'm not as soon as you get into malt whiskey, I'm a no. I'm a nope right on out of that. But is that last one over there? It says bourbon, but I don't know if it's Irish bourbon.
They're definitely going to do both sides of that coin for sure. So I would say try this and then try this one afterward. This sounds like the one you've already had.
Okay, yeah, I think so.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
it's worth a try. You like Irish whiskey?
Not particularly, no. I do like some of like the Redbreast.
Yeah.
The 12-year or 15.
You like Irish whiskey?
It's all filtered through a dirty sock to me. So.
Why are you being so obtuse?
That's Scotch, not Irish whiskey.
Oh,
Come on.
I mean, Irish whiskey is subtle enough oftentimes that finishing it, blending it can work, but I don't know if you can get rid of all that Irishness.
Say they're winning a lot of awards.
No hate against Irish people, man. I love y'all. Y'all are wonderful. Don't hate me. Don't come after me.
Not your style?
I should have noped on out of that.
Before we leave, you got any tucked away antique 107s? This guy it's kind of his jam. So.
You know what? Let me see. Let me see. There might be something. We always like to keep something tucked away, right?
Using the clout.
This strategy is interesting because you went for the 107, right? He said 107. So if he's got a 107, that's what's coming out. He didn't say, what do you have so that there's a menu of options? It might be 107 or nothing with that strategy. It might not be. We'll see.
Look what I found.
Look at what you found right there.
I'm telling
man.
you, it's like it's like a magician.
They said,
Oh yeah, ask and you
they
shall
said
receive.
Ohio was the land of Weller. Apparently, it's Kansas. Weller everywhere.
Are you the owner
Specifically
here?
Jacob Liquor in Wichita,
That's-
Kansas.
Specifically, yes.
Now do the whole spiel again.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me the
Want me
spiel
to
for
read it to you
Jacob.
one more time?
No, we don't fake anything. So
So yeah, this is we're going on 45 years of business here, actually. And this is the fifth iteration, going from a small family-owned store a couple miles from here, and adding a few thousand square feet each time, and now we're the biggest store in South Central Kansas. So been doing it for a long time.
You got 2 locations, right?
There's a location on the west side as well.
Very cool.
My business partner that started the store 45 years ago passed away 3 years ago this month. But his children are business partners with us now. Great people. And anyway, it's a great operation, fun business to be in, and ask and you shall receive.
awesome, man. I
Well,
appreciate it.
thanks for the hospitality.
So, yeah.
The next stop is Central Market. Is that
Central Market Wine. and
Central
Spirits.
Market Wine and Spirits? And now it's just how much Weller can we get? That's what it all boils down to. Can we get a 12? Can we get a full proof? Or more 107? I don't know. Let's find out. Not something you see every day.
No, here this is pretty decent.
Doc Holliday? I don't know much about it.
I haven't tried it either.
Kentucky Straight, 8-year-old, bottled by. So that always throws me off. If they didn't distill it, I just have to have somebody. Oh, that's the red, white, and blue. So that's a red corn, blue corn, white corn blend. And that is, I just knocked the label off, but that is, unless you want it, that's coming home with me right there. That video come out at some point. We were with Gary at Wood Hat, and I tried a lot of his stuff. We bought some single barrels. His red corn and blue corn is really interesting. Blue corn has a much longer finish. Red corn has that fruit-forward sweetness. I bet a blend of these is gonna be really good. And I might have tried it at his place, but I can't remember, but I got a bottle now.
Here you go, TJ.
What about-
$25.99.
But all the Weller in the world, the land of Weller here.
So this 10-year is phenomenal. You can get a 10-year.
Limousine Rye 10-year.
This is just
All
a
right.
6.
Well, let's keep an eye out for the 10-year. Is it the same color and everything? Bottles the same? Just a 10?
That stuff is like pitch black.
Okay.
It's so
Well, I'm talking
good.
about the label, not
it's
the
the
whiskey.
same
but
label, but it's
A black label?
it's bluish.
Okay.
This is blue.
Gotcha.
Is this a Missouri bourbon too, huh? The Wood
Yeah,
Hat?
that guy, he's over, if you're going from Kansas City toward St. Louis, he's like an hour and a half before you get to St. Louis. I forget the name of the town. I'm sure it says on the bottle here somewhere.
New Florence.
This guy's like 80 years old. His whole operation is wood fired stilled, or wood fired, I guess. His still's wood fired. He's got like a big giant pellet grill, and he uses remnants from the local stave mill, the ISC stave mill, to heat everything. And he's doing his own genetics on corn. The guys love him. Y'all like these, we find these small distillers like Seth Detling that just does it the way he wants it. And this is going to be another one. That video may come out before this one, I don't know, but it's not out as of us filming that.
So is this
filming
one
this.
worth picking up then?
That one, I don't, I think I have that one, and I think it's small barrel stuff. He does a lot of I think it's 15-gallon barrel.
What was the
This is
proof
red,
on
white,
that
and
guy?
blue. It's 90 proof, I believe, or 80 proof. This is 80 proof.
Okay, that's 100 proof.
So his small barrel stuff is not my favorite. Some of them we tried were good, some of them not. I think that's the bottle I bought, and it's okay, but it's very craft. It's very small barrel craft. But he's got a lot of stuff that's not small barrel craft. The problem is just knowing which one's which. So I will buy every one I can. I will try them. I'll let y'all know which ones you need to be picking up. Appreciate it. All right, this is starting to get out of hand. We've bought bottles at every store, and we're only on store 4, and we got 5 more on the list. We'll see if we make it to all of them. I'm gonna put this in the truck and get my bottles in this box. Y'all figure out what the next place is. We are now at Burgatt Liquor.
Oh, they got a Russell's 13. They're not releasing that this year, so that's an older batch.
BEP too, so they got several. Somebody cleaning out their storeroom.
So I think it's like every $10 you spend or something like that, you get a ticket, and at the end of the month, you put your tickets in for what you want.
That's cool.
How's it going?
Hey, TJ.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you. Any particular hidden gems over here somewhere? Anything local or interesting or?
Local's gonna be right front of you down.
Okay.
This is all kind of regional.
Oh, more of that red, white, blue corn. Yeah.
Missouri, Kansas.
They're Bloody Butcher. I wonder if that's a big barrel or a small barrel. This is small barrels. Middle West stuff.
How is that?
It's pretty good. I mean, their wheat's a little, like if you had like the Weller stuff, that's going to be super sweet wheat. This Middle West stuff is a little more like dusty wheat. To me, the best one is the sherry cask finish bourbon, but that's also one of the hardest ones to find. A lot of folks love that pumpernickel rye as well. I need to go back to, I've been getting into ryes. I need to go back to it. I don't recall it because it's been so long since I've drank it. I have it at home, but I just haven't had it in a while. Sagamore cask strength right there.
More of these.
Old Louisville getting some distribution. Look at them. All the barrels. They got all of the barrels. I'm hearing, was it batch 30, is it 36 that's out now? That everybody's raving about, but these are really good stuff.
This decanter series just dropped here like a few weeks ago.
Oh, the pepper?
And that's not bad at all.
It's not bad. It depends on the batch. So like one batch I tried really early was really good. I got a batch. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the one, you get your hopes up and then you have one and you're like, it's good, but it's not as good as the one I tried earlier. More Magna Cigar Blend, the land of Magna Cigar Blend here for sure.
That's in every store you go to. Now, I guess this 17 has just came out here in Kansas, but I haven't seen it anywhere.
Okay.
This Buckner's.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
It's high dollar.
Yeah, I'd rather buy 3 or 4
sure
bottles.
You need to go home with that.
That's what I always needed is like a
Lock and loaded bourbon whiskey.
gold gun full of.
Oh, you got them over here too. I thought this was all. Oh no, I've seen that. That's wild.
Shot glasses in
Shot
there.
glasses.
Okay, that's almost worth it. I'll be honest. Make sure I got that. Oh, you gonna bring it down?
Ooh. Oh, sweet. Sweet decanter.
Yeah, all that moves.
That's wild.
What is the whiskey?
It's just a scotch.
What's the Scotch?
Oh, never mind. It was almost worth it.
You can put whatever, I suppose, as long as it fits.
Just use it as a decanter after you get that scotch out of there. The Immortal Clan, the legendary Immortal Clan blended Scotch whiskey. A generalization, probably completely inaccurate, but if you got to go through that much trouble to sell your whiskey, it says something. There are things, I'm not going to tell you what it says, but it says something.
Have you had this Dogfather?
I have not had the Dogfather. No, it's $800. Why would I have the Dogfather?
I mean, they're proud of it, I guess.
I trust a secondary price. I don't like a secondary price, but that is, people have tried this whiskey and the demand or the collectability goes up because of that. I have a hard time with MSRP whiskey that is that high, right? Like there's a difference. It's the market didn't speak and say this is more valuable than they're selling it for. This is just, they put $800 on it. And I don't know anything about it. It may be worth it, may not be worth it. I just don't trust MSRP that high. 7-year Bakers, 7-year 4 months, 7-year 10 months. Some Nearest, there's a Nearest single barrel. We just picked up a few of those, like a few barrels of those. That's kind of new to the market.
He brought you something to look at.
Oh, what is this? Founders.
So that's our collab
Imperial.
we did with Norton's Brewing.
Okay.
So we did a barrel pick with Keeper's Heart and PX Sherry casks.
Yeah.
So once we got that barrel, we took it over to Norton's Brewing. He aged a beer in it for 12 months. And this is the beer. Once we emptied that barrel, we sent it back to Keeper's Heart. So it's
Getting
got
a whiskey in
there.
it. So this was one of their Scotch hybrids, like their
It's an Irish
whiskey hybrids.
Irish
Yeah.
rye.
And then they Cool. How much is this?
$9.99.
Okay. I'll give it a try.
You said you like Bourbon County.
Yes, big fan of those.
So, actually, I personally like this one better.
Like it better, okay. I wonder if they've ever won any awards. I wonder if they've seen an award or two. I care nothing for awards until I win some, and then they'll mean a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They suck until I win one.
Cool.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna check out.
Yeah, I've got that one for you.
So is one of these guys you on the front of the beer bottle?
No, that was actually my business partner's grandfather and dad. So those were like the first 2 generations of Burgadt. So my business partner's their 3rd generation Burgatt. Store dates back to July 1st, 49, which is our license. Continually ran business since Prohibition.
Oh, wow.
My business partner's grandfather bought it from Mr. Mills in 1963. It's been in this location since 1956. So,
Wow. Any dusties laying around that haven't sold in the last 30 years?
No, I wish. We did when we were cleaning up. We found an old Happy 23, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
And it was like in wine that was being tossed, and somebody was like, "You don't want to throw this one away." We're like, "Where did they come from?"
It doesn't even have to be that, man. Like
But it
just
was
a
like-
just an old granddad or something that's like 30 years old. Yeah, that's nuts. Did you drink it?
No, it's sold.
Wow. How old was it?
I have no idea.
I appreciate it. So we are running short of time, so we're going to pick up the pace here, try to hit another store or two, and see if we can continue this Weller train. And now, Tom's Wine and Spirits. Tom's is your local spot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I live down in Hayesville. It's a couple miles down the road, so this is where I come the most when I'm looking for some bourbon.
You find good whiskey here?
Yeah, Tom's known for having probably the most and best barrel picks in the Wichita area, probably.
Well, there we go. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. I'm looking at whiskey on a Friday in the middle of the day. How bad could the day really be?
It cannot be that bad at all.
Every store, 100% every store has had Weller Special Reserve at $25 to $30.
You gotta check for the stickers.
Gotta check for the stickers.
What kind are you guys looking for?
Everything. I'll tell you his favorite, but it's probably tucked away.
What's his favorite?
Antique 107.
Well, yeah, it's tucked away.
But
So it exists, but it's tucked away.
It might exist, yeah.
What would it take to get just
make
one
it-
bottle?
oh wow.
I
What
don't
one?
know, but
Oh, here's the man himself.
there's the man of the
there he
hour right
is.
there.
This is Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Absolutely. How you doing, man?
Hey, TJ.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
More good times. Oh, that's the cigar blend.
Yeah, some of those are state picks where the state will do the picks. Then they'll distribute out the bottles. So a lot of those on the bottom shelf and the second half are different state picks. Everything on the top shelf and most of this to the right are all my picks. We do have we have 2 new ones back here we just got in. So this is one that we just got back from
Diggle 15.
actually closer to 18. So
Oh, wow.
It tells you the bottle date. So it was put in the barrel in 06, March of 06. So depends on when they took it out of the barrel. I'm not real sure, but I doubt it was 7-8 months ago. So
Oh, probably
looking
not,
At
yeah.
Looking at an 18 year actually.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, the labels just say it's at least 15. And this is our fun one here. This was one of the first in the state that we did. We did one of the representative picks.
I don't know anything about them.
Well, that's the best part right there.
Okay.
He even
You're the
signed it?
representative.
Yeah, I signed a couple of them, but
So
that's
that's really good juice, and
It's great
it
juice,
is MGP, but it's good.
Okay.
great juice. So that was a fun one to pick. And I'm a local state rep as well, so that's why
Ah.
I kind of put that on there. So
It makes sense then. Was it just a spoof?
no,
Freaking Rebel 10s right there. You don't see those every day.
Well, you do in Kansas.
You do. Those are in Kansas right next to the Weller every day. Okay. That's unusual. Like there's not a lot of states. Honestly, I don't know. Even Ohio, I don't think it's like every single store has a stack of it. All the Rebel 10, all the Weller, all the Joseph Magnus cigar blends.
And these are some of my barrel picks that we've done over the last couple of years. Not all of them, but
Yeah,
there's
just
some of them.
Lots of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, we usually do a Buffalo Trace. We try to do at least one a year.
yeah, I think somebody was saying the allocation of actual Buffalo Trace in the state's pretty low compared to the Weller. You get more Weller than Buffalo Trace.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, take your time, look around. We have well over 1,000 whiskeys in here right now.
That's 12 Kentucky Owls, 10 Rye. Some Southern Star hanging out here.
Is that a Texas Southern Star?
No, that's North Carolina. The Paragon's pretty good. It's a wheater, so this is a wheated bourbon. This is the cask strength. That's obviously, my favorite. I like the proof. But that's a pretty solid wheated bourbon if you haven't had it. 8 years, 6 months. Baker 7.
I'm gonna get your store pick here. This Old Soul.
The Old Soul? You have to blind it against ours and see which one's better. Probably his. Probably his.
No, they're very, very similar. I bought both versions of yours.
Well, we had 3.
I didn't get the one that was the pecan.
You didn't get the butter pecan
No,
one. Okay.
that was gone.
Honestly, that was my least favorite out of the bunch. It was just a very popular tasting note people wanted. I thought the hen type with Jill
the hen
on it,
type.
that was my favorite. That was my
Well,
favorite.
you had
I think
one
was.
too.
Yeah, the not thin type. Yeah. We did our tater sticker. They do the 10 type series, Old Souls. So our tater stickers were hen type with my wife on it in a kind of stylized photo like that, and then not thin type with me on it. There's some rumors that the OGD 114s may be bouncing.
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I keep hearing that as well, but
Well, the problem is, it's not that it's not too good of a bottle. The problem is, it's a cheap bottle. And it's really hard for a major producer to greatly increase the price of a bottle. And that is, basically a cask strength. I mean, they bring it down to 114. But that is like a high proof, pretty decent barrel of whiskey that's going into a $25 bottle. So they can just stop producing this and put that into Baker 7 or, whatever, right? Like they can put it into something that's got a higher price point and make more money off the same amount of whiskey. But I think they'd be shooting themselves in the foot. If you're gonna drop one, drop the bond and keep the 114. Did you find something in here?
not unless he's got that 107 for us back in the back. I think we're squared up. Yeah, those aren't like the ones we just tried.
We have a Riger barrel coming too. So my wife has these. So we took one of our, I think it's one of our Four Roses barrel. I'm not sure which one it was. I'll have to go double check that. But we put 20 gallons of honey in it. The honey's been in there for a year.
Wow.
We're just rotating that barrel. So we dumped the honey out of it and took it to Riger's and picked out a mash bill there. So it's still sitting in Riger's right now. So
That's awesome.
So probably next month we'll go down there and try to do the first tasting of it to see where we're at with it. And we hope to get it bottled for Black Friday. But
Cool. How long did you say it's been in the honey?
we dumped the honey, and we dumped that probably mid-summer last year.
Okay, so how long has the whiskey been in there?
Well, the whiskey was, I'll have to ask James what
Okay.
time the whiskey went in there, but we were looking at leaving the whiskey in there for a year.
So that's gonna be a strong honey finish.
But we'll go down and we'll try it and see where it's at. If it's not ready yet, it's not ready yet. So
Understand. People don't realize how long it takes to make whiskey. Whiskey does not move fast. Got some Driftless Glen stuff down on the bottom there.
That Starlight honey was not bad. I haven't had a ton of them, but yeah, they had a honey barrel with bubbles in Kansas City that was pretty good.
Do you have samples of your Dickel?
I think we do up front. We have we're doing a tasting today. I think we have some up front. We'll take a look and see.
Oh yes, let's try the Dickel.
We have other ones, but these are the ones that we're tasting
Okay.
today.
Well, let's go with that Dickel right there. And for those that are new here, I am probably the most well-known, or at least one of the most well-known dislikers, hater's such a strong word, dislikers of George Dickel and the minerality that comes with it. And it has all of that on the nose. It's like a dusty oakiness.
Oh, he hasn't said he hated it yet.
I'm trying to find the words.
That is like Baker's.
That's different. Yeah, it's off profile. It's got a strong kind of, a lot of barrel impact, like really strong kind of oakiness, spicy barrel charm, which masks some of the minerality.
It's
that's still
like
not my
it's
thing.
your favorite term all day long. Flintstone.
It is,
vitamins.
yeah, it's still there. It's still there. So like some of those 17-year, like the Blue Note 17, those tend to have like a drier oakiness to it. And that sometimes can turn that Flintstone vitamins into fruity pebbles. Like it can kind of soften the minerality a little bit and you still get all that fruit. This still has the minerality. I mean, you're right. It's almost like I blended a George Dickel and a Booker's. It's kind of what that tastes like, which is, if you like Dickel, you're going to absolutely love this one. If you don't like Dickel, not as much. I mean, kudos to you. Like, that's an interesting off-profile pick. I've never had a George Dickel that quite tastes like that.
Everything that we tried was basically 17 or 18 years, and
Okay.
it was the whole lineup was that. So it was one of the more fun lineups we had from Dickel. So
Like, almost a little nuttiness there. And that may be my brain, all that oakiness kind of making me think about, like, the Booker's, but, like, almost a little nuttiness there with the minerality.
A dry, like a dry, almost in the same line as like Baker's. Booker's.
Different. The representative. Y'all were singing praises on that one. That can go in a plastic cup. It's okay. I wanted to make sure people didn't say I was shortchanging Dickel by drinking it from a plastic cup. Thank you.
Representative store pick. I've only had the regular.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
they sent us.
Yeah.
So we did this and we did the rye as well. We did the Senator as well. So we had a full lineup of both.
And then what's the one next up from that? They have another more expensive bottle. Is it the Judge?
It's we have it over there. I can't think of what it is. So I mean, well, they do the presidential. The presidential comes out every 4 years, so that hasn't been released yet, but it will be soon.
What do you think of this one?
It's good. It's well rounded.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's got a little, like, soft dustiness to it, but then it's kind of that quintessential MGP. Yeah, that nice sweet forward MGP. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all picking up those two?
Yeah.
All right, I owe him a bottle. I'm getting that Old Soul for you there.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me.
Thanks, kid.
Get back to work there.
Thanks, Tom.
Nice to meet
Hey,
you.
it was nice to meet you. Yes, sir.
See you at Thanksgiving. You bet.
Well, overall, a pretty successful day hunting here in Wichita. First time in Wichita. Had a great time here. Found 2 bottles of Weller Antique 107. Tried to give them away to these guys. They didn't even want them, so now I'm keeping them. I don't care what they say now. They're mine. I tried once. They were coy about it. We did get them some good bottles, as well as those 107s that I'm going to take to the house. Y'all think this was representative of what it's like to hunt in Wichita?
I do think so.
Pretty accurate, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much, yeah.
And the stores we got a little special treatment from. You get special treatment if you're local and you work that relationship.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so that was representative. So hunting with me, everything you thought it was, big disappointment,
No, you're-
complete and total letdown.
Absolutely, just like all of your traditional videos. It's been an absolute pleasure, man.
I appreciate y'all coming to hang out.
No worries.
All right, we are headed south. These guys are going home. I am headed south to Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight. We'll have a video coming up at some point in the future hunting there as well. Appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Been trying to do these thoughts of the day when I remember to do them at the end of the video. And the thought today is just how crazy freaking liquor distribution is. How do you have a state like this where they send all the freaking Weller Special Reserve and then every other state people are standing in line hoping to get it? Like, what is going on with liquor distribution? How are they making these determinations? How are they figuring these things out? It's got to be random, or there's some sort of really weird system we're not privy to. Y'all let me know in the comments if you know how they handle which states get which products, because it seems to make no sense whatsoever. Hit me with a hashtag bottle kill down in the comments. Catch y'all in the next one.